coming and joining us this evening. We're grateful for all the early adopters and people who spend time with us as we showcase new technology that we're bringing to market, as well as talk a little bit about the theory. So the Wednesday evening webinar is our Trade of the Week webinar. And before we get started, let me just quickly give you a disclaimer that everyone should know that Trade Ideas is not a registered investment advisor, and all the information that I'm going to be presenting today is for educational and informational purposes only. So you are all here because you receive an email from us that's called the Trade of the Week, where we're trying to expose you to a different way to analyze the markets, and this way is called algorithmic. So our software, Trade Ideas, it listens to the market, it watches everything, and then it tries to find situations where hopefully something good will continue in the direction that it thinks. So I'm going to, since there's a lot of new people today, and I'm going to get into a lot of everything, so I'm going to minimize the presentation and kind of talk a little bit about Trade Ideas. So for those of you who don't have access to our software, Trade Ideas is a investment discovery engine. What we do is, again, we connect directly to the exchanges, and we listen to every single stock, and the thing that really differentiates Trade Ideas and what lets us do some amazing things that I'm going to show you later is that instead of just taking this data and doing something and displaying it, we database everything. So we take data and we intend to not only just display, but we intend to create new data with it. This is called metadata. So metadata allows us to find very interesting things, and when we were deciding how we were going to really showcase this information, we thought that one of the best ways is to provide something for free, and that's the Trade of the Week. So the Trade of the Week, what I want to talk about a little bit is this concept. You know, people say, don't catch bottoms, it's a terrible thing to do, and we've talked a little bit about it, but primarily people don't catch bottoms because there's no technology that really is good at it, except for ours. And we try to showcase that by giving examples of algorithms that we have running, which kind of like step up the scenario of what it looks like when trends are about to change or could change. And what I want to do is I want to show you this. So again, we're all here for that same reason. We're all trying to make money in the stock market. And how great would it be to be able to find something right here and be able to sell it, you know, maybe here, or have it continue to go further. So this is the kind of thing that we're looking for. This is what's called a footprint. Now, one day does not mean that something great's going to happen. In fact, you can see here, sometimes it's 3 days doesn't mean anything, or even like a week and a half. Trends are tricky. And the advantage of having Trade Ideas technology at your service is that we're constantly looking for these kind of footprints, algorithmic footprints of what we think a trend is going to change. So my job here today is what I want to do is I want to really quickly showcase what some of the things that we really have kind of piqued our interest. Some of these names in the trend change lubricant factor and the small cap positive money lubricant factor windows. These are custom windows that we have created, which are finding these, again, change and trend reversal. So I'm going to go and kind of showcase a couple of them so you can see what they look like. So the prices are all different, but the idea is the same. So here you see a trend in COF where it's kind of like a negative trend. It's trending lower from 90. It goes all the way down to 61. You know, this is when the whole market was getting annihilated and people were very worried. And then it starts to rebound with the market, and then it stabilizes, and here it's starting to go in what we call is like that solidified attempted change, trend change. You want to really watch it here, because if it stays stable at this area, that's what that's what you call support, and that's what builds a base to go higher. So this is what this looks like, and our software kind of knows how and where these trends occur. So let's look at another one. CVLT. Again, you should see something very similar as the long term. The concept is kind of identical, including, boom, you've got this, well, it happened in July instead of August, but you have this terrible move down, and then stability, 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 and here now it's CVLT is starting to pop up. There's going to be a similar theme to all of these windows, and this is really where I really kind of, want to highlight what pattern recognition is. Pattern recognition is not magic. It's not saying, okay, well, here's a pattern, and 100% for sure that means the pattern's going to go. Pattern recognition is recognizing when something interesting is happening, having that be on your radar, so that if in case this really starts to go, and think about this, from 219 to let's say like 319 is a tremendous percent move, that our customers, the people that use trade ideas, are going to be in it. So this this week on Monday, the stock that we had come up on the algorithm is called Grubhub, and I want to talk a little bit about it. Okay, so I want to talk about what happened, and I want to talk about why it was on the trade ideas algo, and we'll see. Again, it's a great example of what you can expect in the stock market and what you can and cannot predict. So here's Grubhub doing the exact same thing. I'm going to look at this again. Same thing. Downward trend, blowout, and trying to base and go higher. Same as this one. And then we're going to go back to GRUB, Grubhub. Okay, same thing. You see this lower, 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 lower. Hopefully this was the washout, and then it really starts to turn it around, has a little bit of a base building, and then continues higher, but then Grubhub announces earnings. Okay, so people say, Dan, well, why didn't you guys just remove it because of earnings? Why would you pick an earnings play for trade of the week? And this is where we say, guys, come on. The trade of the week algorithm is a free algorithm where we're trying to show you things that are exciting. By the way, Grubhub happened to have been a very exciting stock the day that, that it came down, because it was very possible to trade it. There's just a huge amount of volatility. So there was opportunity, and the idea is that this was the same. This can't be predicted. So when you talk about systems, predictive systems, reactive systems, earnings are earnings. And the truth of the matter is, if you do it enough, what you realize is that the pluses and the minuses kind of, they wash each other out. So because, again, this is just the thing is, we still believe Grubhub looks good and sounds good, at least algorithmically it did, until that report. If you look at what happened with Twitter, which by the way was another trade ideas trade of the week. So Twitter was the same thing. Look, it came down, started to really base, and here it came into the trade ideas trade of the week area right around these price levels and started to go. Came down, okay, after earnings, but then traded all the way back up, almost erased the whole earnings gap down. So even though you have to sit in some pain, again, it seems like Twitter is still maintaining that trend. So the idea is that trade of the week is always going to have exciting names, and because it's free, we're not trying to really filter it for things that could really impact it that bad, because it's supposed to be fun too. So that's really what I'm trying to say. I mean, there's there's a couple of Juno was a trade ideas trade of the week that's just been on fire. This thing is, again, notice what we were looking for, right? It's the same thing. Washout, starts to stabilize, come back, starts to go, and then just continuing. So our hope is that you guys see that algorithmic investment exploration and price exploration is really the most efficient ways that you can engage with the market. So by the way, everyone, I will take time to answer all of your questions. What I'm going to do is I usually, do the first section where I'm talking about the trade of the week, kind of showcasing some things that we're going to talk about, and there's some more stocks for you guys to watch. I'm trying to hopefully give you a reason why you should, if you're interested in the stock market, you should have this service. I mean, we are bringing technology to finance that has not seen the light of day in ever. We're pushing database tech as much as it could go, and I think that everybody who's involved with us will have the best statistical chance of capturing alpha without, again, owning a hedge fund or having billions of dollars of research, access. So that was the Grubhub story, and now I have another window called Small Cap Positive Money Lubricant Factor. So this one is another kind of algorithm which is looking for a little bit smaller cap plays, but also where the trend change could be a lot more violent, more interesting. So look at this. Boom, AIN. I mean, this is the kind of stuff that we are all looking for. And these windows, including, this one, this is another example of that down and reversal in the footprint. So DHX and EVRI, let's see, those are the ones we had shown. Here's another one, and what I like about the different ones that we have is that you can kind of, we're showing you these stocks in different phases of the move. So GLOG, I mean, this thing could really go much further. It needs to get above 12, like 50, just to really get going, and it could easily. Let's see, there's a couple. Okay, TXMD on the daily. If you see where it is, this is a critical point for it. If it can really get above here and stay, this has potential for trade of the week type of behavior. Let's see, there's a couple of other ones that I thought were no, not this one. Yeah, this one was pretty good. We always like to see where the close is on highs. So this one, LPG, is an interesting one to keep your eyes on. Let's look at this. Okay, yeah, we really liked the last several, October for XNPT really has been a nice kind of turnaround from this gap. And this is definitely another one that's on our list because notice here we're in this gap area. If it can start to trade higher, then it really has a chance to kind of spring right into 743. So that's a very big percentage move, and that's one that that I certainly suggest that everybody's keeping an eye on. Let's continue down the list. So this is an example of where your downside risk is a lot smaller. So a lot of people love these types of moves, okay? And the reason is, notice how you're just so close to the consolidation area, this level of support. If the stock goes a point lower, like here, then whatever that was going on here, obviously the sell pressure is not abated, and you can just take a small loss and get out. But if it really starts building, you could take that gamble that it's going to stay up here and push into the sevens. One that, again, this is one that we liked. Let's see, there was a couple of other ones that were really, really interesting. So this one looks great, right? But so much of this has to be covered. Again, a lot of volatility. We liked this move right here, how there was just so little downside, on these 15-minute candles. It's very stable. So that's, again, one, because of the way it behaved for the last, few days, it's on our radar, but still a lot of resistance right here. Let me see here. Aha, this is a similar one that, again, it's a pattern that a lot of people like because of the relative safety. You know, the 847, you want to keep an eye on this where the, let me see if I can put insert, whoops, wrong one, insert horizontal line. So like right here. So here, and I'm using our charts, you can kind of see that this level, if you're trading below it, all of this has been basically taken away. So you can potentially really be in here and know that your risk parameters are very close. And this just looks good, like it's trying to build some momentum. So these are the kind of lists and the filters that we're using to build and create what we call basis, the ideas behind some really powerful statistical moves that we think are going to be happening in the near future, tomorrow, and everything else. So what I'm going to do now is, since a lot of you guys are new, I'm going to give somebody just an example of, you know, how to use trade ideas as just a market kind of information surf stream. So typically get, whoops, excuse me, sorry. So what I do is I typically come in the morning. I'm in the pre-market section where I see the gaps. This is my, so before the bell, like half an hour, 40 minutes, I'm on this page, I'm looking at all the movers, and I'm looking what's moving up and down. And this is going to let me know that kind of like as the market opens, this is where I'm expecting the action. Okay? And I kind of say that this is my routine, and I think mine's pretty good. And I go from pre-market to social media. And social media showcases one of the best features of trade ideas, and that is that we not only process market data and market information, but we also process social data and sentiment. So we're looking at unusual activity on social media. And so here you can see StockTwit's relative activity, and you can see, like, for example, Fate. Here's a stock that post-market gainer that was being talked about 1,100 times more than normal on social media, and obviously because of the positivity, you know the sentiment was good. So you really can kind of go around the Trade Ideas channel, and much like Netflix, you can surf all sorts of interesting things. Like here's a channel for all the pharmaceutical companies that are in the medicinal and marijuana industry, because it was a very hot industry to trade, because again, just huge percentage movers. And here you can still see that in terms of January 1st, there's still some stocks that, you know, have some movement in them. So then, again, options. Some people don't know, but Trade Ideas watches all sorts of options volume activity. And here you can see all the windows named by what's going on in the window, unusual options volume. So here is if a stock is all of a sudden trading in an unusual way. So here you've got put-call ratio of 0.14. That means that there's a lot more calls than puts today. And the stock is trading like 100,000 times more options than it normally does, with 824 contracts being traded. So that's very unusual options activity. And the whole point about having access to Trade Ideas is being able to see information that other people can't see. It's this access to more and deeper levels of data that other people would just have to dig through. And the biggest, you know, leaps where we move in here, I mean, of course, here we have the channel bar, and we talk about how everything you look at, you know, you take a look, you can visually confirm it, see what's going on, and obviously, you know, make whatever decisions, you know, you want to make. But it really goes beyond that, because what Trade Ideas does is it allows you to take an idea, and this is kind of like where the whole shape of our technology has shifted. And we can take an idea like new highs, for example, between $1 and $100. And I can say, okay, you know, you can look at exchanges. I can say it has to have an average daily volume of like 1 million shares. Okay. And I want to see when the stocks are making new highs. Okay. So I'm going to call this new high 1 million. Okay, so the idea here is trade ideas now, it's like it's a real-time search engine. So kind of like Google, except it's a little bit trickier, believe it or not, because our stuff is moving when we're searching it. So here, L, you know, made a new high, and every window in trade ideas is very customizable. You can, if you want to, do some amazing things with it, but you can go to history, for example, and see, well, what's been going on today? How would this have looked, you know, if I'd been watching it all day long, and kind of get a feel for the flow of any window, anything that comes through. And here's what this information looks like. And, you know, and you can keep going and say more, and it'll show you more and more and more and more info. I mean, this is the database. This is the advantage of trade ideas. But it's really goes beyond that, okay? Because what you can do now is that we have this window, okay, and this is the crux of the whole thing. We're watching this window and we're seeing very cool things happen, like when stocks are making highs, for example. But what we want to know is that, well, what happens after? Can we figure out if these highs are a good idea to buy or sell? So we have this tool called the odds maker, and Scott had talked about this. This odds maker is the gateway to all of our higher level functionality, and it used to be the main way to test everything. Okay, and I'm saying that in the past tense, because here, for example, I'm going to wait 15 minutes before the market opens. I'm on the West Coast, and I'm going to, of course, not initiate anything the last 2 hours. So you can see like how anything that can happen I can test, and I can say, for example, well, anytime you see this new high, what happens 30 minutes later? Okay, and watch. So the software is going, look at the kind of numbers that you are being able to number crunch. I mean, the reason we do this, demonstration is to show you, think about this in TradeStation, okay? You are seeing 2,500 scripts being written in real time, okay? But the thing is, the software just ran through 3,000 trades, showed you that average winner and average loser are very similar, and it's like a little bit of a coin flip, okay? So it's not, this is not a good idea of something that you would want to trade. So we have this thing called the optimization field, okay, where you can optimize, you can look at other filters, you can see all of this information to glean when is a good time to enter and when is a good time to exit. What is the best way to trade this data? And so what Trade Ideas has done is that, I mean, this technology had existed, you know, since 2005, I think, is when we initially launched it. But we have since, for the last like year, been building something that we believe 100% is going to completely change the way all of us interact with the market, and that is our artificial intelligence engine, Holly. Okay, so let me talk to you a little bit about what Holly is able to do and how we're able to do it. So we have these strategies, okay, and by the way, this is a brand new version. You can now filter it for longs, shorts, other things, and you can, this is a brand new one that literally just came out right before the webinar started. So what this does is it takes a list of strategies, and then this is just the stuff that was coming through today. The software is already in maintenance mode, so You're not going to see anything here, but the idea is that in the morning when we get up, these strategies are going to be ready to trade, and they will have been pre-worked, like doing homework basically, where Holly's studying everything that's happened today, all the gaps, all the run-ups, all the run-downs, and trying to figure out the best way to trade. And tomorrow, all of this will be available, and the best ones, based on profit factor and win rate and some other combinations, are going to make this list. We've been spending a lot of time, guys, really building the infrastructure, and this is the beginning. I mean, we're just about to really unleash this. And you, the people that have been coming to these webinars, the early adopters, have had such, you know, I think an amazing time seeing what's been going on. One of the best things is that we have an active chat room where everybody can participate and see what's going on with the AI, and it's on the channel bar. So if you go to the channel bar and you click on live chat room, you can see it come in, free instant access. And it's led by Barry Einerson, who, again, also trades off of the AI. Almost a large percentage of people in there have AI access. And, guys, this is the best way to invest. I mean, the computer is running through so many numbers here to help us have an advantage. And the ones that are in the room, you know, you've seen what this can do. And I really encourage all of you people that are new to Trade Ideas, go to our chat room during the day. I mean, it's, number one, it's free. You're going to learn something, and it's amazing. Again, people exchanging ideas, exchanging information in a community that's just constantly working to make the whole product better. Okay, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to answer questions real quick, and then I'm going to, you know, let Scott finish up. I think, again, my whole thing on the trade of the week, since we have 2 webinars today, I don't want to go too long, but I want to at the same time, again, answer all of the questions. And really, I want to make sure you guys, you know, I want you guys to know that we are so excited about what we're seeing in financial tech that, you know, we believe this is the future, and we believe we're the only ones that have it. You know, so it's really amazing to see all of you people here with us, kind of taking that leap. I think we are going to be the platform for alpha exploration. So, okay, let me answer some questions here real quick. Okay. Mike, yes, I trade with the product, and I show trades in the chat room. Barry, you know, because I'm CEO and I'm in meetings, like for example tomorrow, I'm going to be there very, very early, but I've got an 8 o'clock, and I mean, I do so much stuff that I'm not always really able to spend the whole day there like Barry is, and you know, and what do they say? You don't want to be a one-legged ass kicker when you're trading. It's kind of painful. So let's see. Friend, will there be a webinar for the new AI? So the way we're doing it is the Q&A webinar that we have, and we had one earlier today, that's kind of always focusing on the latest and the greatest. And so, for example, this new version didn't come out yet, but it just came out today, and you can already, again, download it. I'm going to actually show everybody. This is, whoops, so this is version 4.0270, and I'm sure everybody who upgraded yesterday is on 4.026. So I think this is already on the website, and if not, let us know, and we will definitely send you links for all of that. One of the big things that, you know, people have asked us about, and Scott and I have discussed, is the fact that we've been running, because we bring products to market in a slightly different way than a lot of other people. We know that you can't make perfect software right away, so we kind of bring things out and share with our customer base. We get feedback. You guys tell us what's good, what's bad. We work with you. And as a result, those people who have been involved with us, they get the first mover advantages. And we've been running a promotion for trade ideas and the AI that's ending this October 31st. And it's basically a combined product that allows you to get all of this for $1088, which is basically $900 off of the combined price. And we definitely, now that this is out, we definitely are going to be taking that down. And I hope that you guys will get a chance to participate and see what's happening, because again, you really can't appreciate how cool this is until you see it in real life. And the best way to do that, if you're hesitant or if you're not sure, is to go check it out in the trading room. That's really the best place. So, okay, Steve, you've asked about trade ideas and TradeStation. So our software links to TradeStation, and how does it connect to Radar Screen? Well, it's not connected to Radar Screen, other than that you can double click on our symbol and send it to Radar Screen. But our two products, Trade Ideas and TradeStation, are completely separate. TradeStation uses their own way to analyze, and we use our own way. So they're kind of, in some sense, they're a little bit competing. Susan, thank you very much. We appreciate that too. And again, one of the things I hope all of you see is that it's really just the beginning, where the ones that have already started using the AI channel, you'll see that things are going to be moving so fast. The displays, the data, the bases, everything's improving. Again, that's why prices are going to be going up. So, and we're going to be bringing paper trading functionality and eventually full automation. So it's really a fantastic time to, take the plunge and see what the future of stock trading is going to be all about, because we're going to be the ones that are going to bring it to you. Scott, why don't you come in and we'll finish up early and let everybody, get out a little bit sooner, since it's evening and they took their time to spend it with us.
Let's put it on slide 4 so I can kind of explain what our pricing is, since we have so many new visitors today. So our model as a software as a service company is subscription based. Our base subscription is $99 a month, and there is no contract. The $888 per year is a discount from the $99. Obviously, by the year it costs less. All exchange data is included, including and also the charts is included. You get a free hour of power one-on-one training. As soon as you sign up for Trade Ideas, go to our support section, click on the training link, and sign up on that form. Get in queue to get your training. Also sign up for our webinars. Whenever you get the emails promoting our webinars, big help. Both the monthly and the annual also include a free trial of the backtesting module, the Odds Maker. Now, the Odds Maker is important for the AI if you want to get the AI. It's a one-time $1,100 license. So once you buy the Odds Maker, you as the individual always have access to it. It allows you to backtest the entire market. Unlike TradeStation, where you're doing a basket of stocks or one stock, you're looking at the entire universe, or you could restrict it to a list if you wanted to. There's no programming, and it includes a free optimized strategy. Although the AI is quickly making that free optimized strategy obsolete. Let's go to the next slide there, and everyone's spending some time with us this evening for us to show the trade ideas to them. So I want to thank them by letting everyone who is not a current subscriber get half off of your first month. So you can start Trade Ideas for your first month, no contract, just $49. 20% off your entire year. First year, $710 for the entire first year, renews at $888, or pick up the Odds Maker for 30% off. That's just $770 instead of $1,100. So you want to use the code at the top, QAWeb28, all caps for the letters. And if you look at your handouts panel on your GoToWebinar interface, you'll see a link to download a PDF document of the same slide here, and also the next slide with links on how to get that package. So the next one is the most important one for this week, because we're retiring the $1088 price. Dan, if you can go to slide 6, please. So the 1088 price includes a full year of trade ideas, which is $888, the lifetime odds maker, which is essential for accessing the AI, which is normally $1,100. You get a custom strategy too, but you also get access to the AI. So all of that is $1088 through this Sunday, and then that offer ends. The way to get this is to go to the bit.ly link, bit.ly/capital SAVE 900. So like I announced in previous webinars, this is getting retired because the AI is finally coming out. So yeah, it's only going to last until this Sunday. Just go ahead, and if you're already a client, if you're already a subscriber to Trade Ideas on one of our monthly plans, it's totally cool to just go ahead and buy this and then notify us by emailing info@tradeideas.com and letting us know that you no longer need the regular monthly subscription because you purchased the annual subscription with the odds maker package. This is an outstanding value. This exact price is never going to come down this low again. I just sound like too much of a car salesman, but the price is amazing. It's not going to be this low again if we ever have a package again. So go ahead and download that PDF or just go to that bit.ly link and do that. Upgrade from the monthly into the annual, and with all the AI and odds maker product. If you have any questions about this, just email us, info@tradeideas.com. Email Dan directly if you have a question for him. He's easy to get to, dan@tradeideas.com. Follow Dan on Twitter. He's Trade Ideas 1. Trade Ideas is Trade Ideas. Like us on Facebook. We sometimes post little contests and things with some giveaways. Facebook/Trade Ideas Pro. During normal business hours, if you have a question, you can also call, and we have a direct line there. So again, thanks everyone. Have a wonderful evening. Looking forward to seeing your names in the next webinar. Thank
you, everyone. Yeah. Really appreciate it, and look forward to seeing you in the room tomorrow, and can't wait for the AI to do what it's going to do during market hours. Look forward to seeing you all. Bye.
Yeah, thanks. Bye.